3 and episode 4 of Coffeecon. I'm Gaargi.
I'm Padmaja.
And today we'll be doing something interesting. So we know that our college, Gokhale Institute, is located on FC Road. And Padmaja, what is FC Road famous for?
Well, it's synonymous with Vaishali and Roopali.
And wanted to see which one is better, Vaishali or Roopali. Obviously we're talking about taste.
And side note, while these two establishments are located very close to each other, they have not run each other out of business and they have flourished to a very great extent.
So how are we going to go about this, you ask? Well, we want to eliminate all sorts of biases. So we'll go to Vaishali and Roopali at the same time and we will be ordering the exact same thing, which is a Mysore Sada dosa and a cold coffee.
We'll also be evaluating both the establishments on the basis of menu, service, quality of food, ambience, accessibility, capacity, signature dishes, reputation and history, and value of money.
And a disclaimer, Vaishali and Roopali produces what we call Maharashtrian South Indian food, which is not authentic at all. And we also have a South Indian crew member who's going to help us with the dishes and we are tiebreaker.
Now on to the main question. How have these two managed to stay in business for so long? Well, for starters, they have the same owner, so there isn't really a competition, there's just a need to better themselves. And the second part, well, there's a law in economics called as Hotelling's law, which states that if similar establishments are located close to each other, then they would be able to attract a much larger crowd, which in turn would maximize their customer reach. The closeness of their proximity would also result in a higher level of competition, which would make sure that both of the businesses are constantly trying to better themselves. An example of this would also be Balewadi High Street in Pune, which houses McDonald's, Starbucks, Theobroma, including fine dining places like Nawab of Asia and La Pizzeria by Little Italy.
This, Vaishali and Roopali also have other factors that contribute to its popularity. They are situated on FC Road, which we all know is like the prime destination for us college students. There are many colleges in its vicinity, like Symbiosis, Gokhale Institute, IMDR, Ferguson, MMC. So they will never technically run out of customers because college kids always want a break and want to hang out. Also, Vaishali and Roopali have this nostalgia factor for the older generations, which is why old people love to come back to these restaurants and live in their memories of their college days. Went to Vaishali and Roopali, we tried the same dishes like we said before and we have our results. So let's discuss the parameters.
So for service, we would have to give Roopali 4.5 as it was much faster and we were in and out of there in less than 10 minutes.
Quality of food as well, Roopali wins. What we noticed is that when we ordered a Mysore Sada dosa, the masala of both the places tasted exactly the same, but Roopali gave us more toop or ghee.
The ambience at Vaishali had to be the best as the capacity was more and it was just way more welcoming and just a charming place.
Yeah, and Roopali was very clustered where a lot of sofas were there right next to each other, so it was kind of crammed.
So the accessibility of both are equally bad as there's no parking and the waiting time is just way too much.
When we come to capacity, so both the restaurants, they follow a similar model that as soon as people come in, they'll give the orders fatafat se and then you have to leave immediately. So it's not like a fine dining experience, but obviously Vaishali wins on capacity because it has more space.
So value for money, while Roopali is the better out of the two, it's not really affordable, especially for college students. Like just an example, cold coffee at Roopali costs 110, at Vaishali it is 152 and it's the same proportion as it is in IMDR and the taste in IMDR is way better.
And IMDR is 45,
Yeah.
more importantly. And so the reason we feel that they're still in business, even what we feel is that it's just the old people over there who are there for their nostalgic college days, and that is why they make that money.
तो फाइनल वर्डिक्ट क्या है?
जायचं कुठे?
Well, out of the two, Roopali is definitely better in terms of money as well as taste. But we would say that both of them are not worth it.
Yeah, it's just too expensive for dishes that are mediocre. I think you're better off going to IMDR. And तुम्ही लोक, तुम्ही डब्बा चाल.